There was a huge amount of inherent misogyny around the courtroom. I think there was a feeling that, why would Johnny Depp take Amber Heard to court? He doesn't need this, he's got everything he needs. Why would he, unless she was lying? And it was said by some people, why didn't Amber Heard leave earlier? Why did she then go on to marry Johnny Depp when she had been victim to abuse? She then stayed with him for 2 more years. As we know, in abusive relationships, people become entrapped. It's very classic to not be able to leave your abuser, but there were definitely problematic opinions surrounding this trial. There were even, feminists saying it's for all the other women that are telling the truth. This case might do loads of damage. There were lots of women who were out to get Amber Heard. She was in a very difficult situation. Amber Heard was an incredibly beautiful, famous young woman whose star was rising. But now she was up against the force and the might of one of the biggest megastars in the world. It was clear this case might do loads of damage to her career.
Over the period of my career, I have been involved in defending and prosecuting cases of domestic violence, which range from what unfortunately is termed as low-level assaults, although they're very serious to the people suffering them, to murder. This case involves not just one incident of domestic violence. This case involves 14 pleaded cases over a course of years. My job in this case was to prove a pattern of abusive behaviour. Many cases of domestic violence amount to he said, she said. But the Depp case is unusual in that there is so much supporting evidence.
And he's got me by the hair.
Throughout the 3-year period of the abuse allegations, Miss Heard would record what was happening to her at the time. There were photographs of her injuries. There were medical records, texts to her mother and her friends, diary entries, in effect, on email. So you have a document that is timed and dated. And there was the text messages. We have the story told by the texts themselves. And it tells a story that it's very difficult to contradict.